Hi guys, and welcome to today's lesson. So we're going to be carrying on with this interior study. Last week we got this tonal arrangement in place, started to kind of block out the architecture of the scene, architecture being quite important for any kind of interior study or exterior study. And what I want to do this week is I'm going to make a new layer. We're going to still be working with the painting brush like we finished with last week. We're going to be starting to sort of explore what sorts of colours we're going for. So I think for the doorway kind of in shadow, and we want this layer to be a multiply. I'm thinking something along the lines of a kind of greenish grey, yellowy greenish grey. So that's probably a bit too browny, maybe a little bit more green, a little bit lighter. Yeah, that's looking better. Possibly a little bit too light, a little bit too green, so let's go a bit warmer. Mix some warmth into the lighter section, maybe a little bit grayer and lighter. Even more so. Yeah, that's not bad actually. As a starting point, let's pop that similar colour over the right hand side too. Sort of the implication I think is that it's all painted sort of similarly, the door and the colours on this other side. So yeah, that's not too bad as a starting point for the sort of door in shadow. We're going to start then to move to the orange that we're looking at behind. That's not bad. Do with being a bit redder, I think. Yeah, that's better. So I'm just going to block that over the whole. Whole of this scene, this part of the scene. Going a little bit more yellowy, a bit darker on the side in shadow. And then let's get a size brush which roughly matches the detailing above. So I'm going to paint back like a light colour back over this. Something we're going to be doing kind of with subsequent layers is a bit of kind of overlapping of different types of layers to start to kind of capture the glowiness of the scene. To start with though, we're just sort of popping colours in as needed. Yeah, we're doing a bit of this kind of mixing of stuff. So the floor, let's go back to a larger brush. Floor has this almost purpliness, and I feel like we're not going to capture it with this kind of simple sort of colouring. But I want to start to kind of incorporate a bit of that purpliness, shifting back more. Maybe some sort of red blending, going towards a darker sort of greyer colour down below here. This is not something I'd anticipate to get immediately. This is something we'll build up with a few different layers. Almost a little bit of bluishness as well. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of tweaking back and forth, but that's not too bad a start, I think, for that. As we sort of zoom out, you see it starts to feel close. This yellow colour is maybe not too bad up top, actually. It's just almost kind of yellowish. Stain to the glass. And similar for this door behind. Yeah, that's not looking too bad as a sort of initial wash over. But you can see the usefulness of layers like this. So starting with that sort of sketch layer, somewhat built up with some tone, and then whacking our sort of color layer over that. So you sort of see that would be it without the tone, and that's it without color. And you kind of play around. So like if I duplicate this layer, we could blur, that a little bit, just to kind of smudge stuff together. We could take a smudging brush and that kind of stuff. But I think it's probably not necessary. I think the painterliness is quite nice. So let's go back. Oh, actually I can just delete this layer. Go back to this one. So yeah, that's our kind of, now we've built up into our initial color wash, and that's going to be in preparation for kind of then painting over in the next session and kind of bringing that together. So trying to keep all these things in nice distinct stages. So we've got that initial sketch, color over the top. These will then merge together for the next session, and we'll be kind of properly painting, starting to give a bit more kind of body to it, really develop the kind of glow that we're seeing in the scene as well. But yeah, that's it for this session. That's our color wash stage. And yeah, if you want to stay up to date with more videos from myself in this series and future series, you can subscribe to our YouTube. And if you want to see the sorts of paid qualifications we offer, you can click the link in the description through to our website and check those out. And as always, if you've got any questions about this or any other videos, just comment on the video and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys soon.